Pre-COVID, essentially, Good Sam could take $1 and get $5 worth of food. And that's when I changed from donating food to donating money when I discovered that. My guess is with inflation, it's down to probably about $4 for everyone. But we encourage monetary donations, but please, we are very happy to receive food. I know a lot of people like the idea of giving something tangible as opposed to a check or something like that, and that's great. That helps us too. And so that people understand, in addition to what we get from Mid-Ohio, we have some local grocery stores donating. Walmart has, Kroger's has, and we want to thank all those stores that have donated food. And again, food drives from the Boy Scouts, churches, and so on. It does help us. It really does. But again, with rising costs, we are just concerned that about our donor base, and we are looking to get some help from the community in that area.
Approximately how many people do you serve in a given year? And I know that number has changed due to the pandemic. And
I happen to have that right here.
Just a coincidence.
Just a coincidence. If you look, 2018, let's take 2019, which is the year before it hit. We served 10,914 households, which involved 32,919 folks. Now, understand that some of that's doubled up because people come through. You're allowed to come through once a month. So that dropped in 2020 to 718 houses and 23,232 people. 2021 dropped down even more, 4,779 households, 13,317 individuals. 2022 perked up, back up to 6,796 households, 19,821 individuals served. This year, we're tracking to increase back up. So we look to get to our pre-COVID numbers. When right now, we think March was down a little bit too. We think that was income tax refunds.
Right.
But once the income tax refunds are no longer coming in and the SNAP benefits, again, have been cut back, we really think we're going to see an increased need on top of the inflation that we already have for food prices.
Of course, meeting the needs of those who are hungry with food, that's the main topic, but your location where Good Sam Food Pantry is, you were also saying you've been in that building, and it was an existing building before you came in.
It was.
There's some infrastructure needs there.
We do. We have some HVAC issues. Eventually, we're going to have to. Right now, our coolers are okay, but we have. I don't think we have 20, but I'm thinking we're in the 15 to 18 range, and invariably one or two of those will go out. We got to walk. We are looking at the possibility of another walk-in cooler. That's a major expense. Yeah. That's a major expense. We have building maintenance issues. So it's all kind of coming together in such a fashion that I think we really need to ask the public to think about us when they're making donations.
And remember, as a donation, let's say a cash donation, that is tax deductible.
It sure is. We are a 501c3, and you can deduct it from your taxes, although I always say, talk with your accountant or tax professional.
What about volunteers?
Volunteers, we were down a little bit. We are always looking for volunteers. I think we're in the mid-60s now. We are very happy to have people come. We are open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Actually, our volunteers work a morning shift and an afternoon shift. Okay. So you can pick a day, you can pick a shift. and it's the volunteer's choice, but it's pretty fulfilling. We have workers in our warehouse in the back. We have workers who help our clients go through and make food choices, and we have workers staffing our office.
So when someone comes in once, I think you said once per month, what they are given, how long, did you say it lasts about 5 days?
It's designed to last 5 days. What happens is this. You must bring a referral in from either a governmental agency or a not-for-profit. Probably our two biggest sources of referrals are Ross County Community Action and Jobs and Family Services. And they ask a few questions, name, address to ensure, because we are limited to serving people who reside in Ross County. So it'll be name, address. You will be asked the household income. You don't have to bring a tax return or a pay stub or anything like that. We take your word for it, just to make sure you qualify, because, again, it's 200% or under of the federal poverty level. So once that's done, you get your referral slip. You bring it in to the building at 255 North Woodbridge. They'll check it. They may ask you a question or two. Then you are taken around to make your choices. And the food you get is actually, the amount of food you get is based on family size. So we've got small, large, and the availability. We'll always have things like bread and so on. Sometimes, now with the summer coming up, we should have some produce available. We will have, sometimes we'll have certain types of meat that come. One of the interesting things is every once in a while we will get a call from a trucking company saying, we've got a load. I think we got some Tyson chicken not too long ago. So we got this load. It's been refused. Can you take it? Well, that's great. We'll take it, and as long as there's nothing wrong with it, and we'll see that it's distributed out.
There's a number of organizations. Some churches have soup kitchens. I think St. Vincent de Paul Society, the Knights of Columbus, they do something once a month. It's not like you're in competition with anyone. You're all trying to do what you can.
We are. And that's the great thing about this community. We pull together. And there are a number of places where people can get food assistance or a meal or something like that. And, we're happy that those organizations are out there, because, 5 days of food is 5 days of food. You got 30, 31 days or even 28 days in a month. And so we are happy to be part of the solution to the problem.
For someone that wants to make a donation, whether it be cash or volunteer, what's the best way to go about getting hooked up with you?
Well, it would be nice. We have, if you look at our board, we kind of skew older. So we have some recent board additions that we think are going to help us get our website up and functioning, and Facebook page. We hope to have an app or a QR code. Is that it? I'm not too tech savvy myself.
You got it.
Where people could scan and donate, or a Venmo app or a PayPal app where people can donate. But if you want to donate monetarily, I would suggest dropping that donation by our office at 255 North Woodbridge, or mailing it there. Food drives, just contact us, and we're happy to make arrangements to get food picked up and to help out that way. Anything that people can do to help us is greatly appreciated, and you're doing God's work.
Jhan, of course, most of what we've been talking about is the Good Sam Food Pantry, but Jhan wears many hats in the community, and you have another group that you wanted to touch on before we close.
Thank you, Mike. And I do wear many hats, but that's because keep the shine off my bald head down. I am chair of the Ross County Suicide Prevention Coalition, and one of our committees is a committee for the elderly. So they came up with the idea, one of the best mental health things is laughter. It just makes you feel better. So what we're doing is this. In cooperation with the folks that own Danbury Cinemas, we are having a showing of the movie 80 for Brady on Monday, May 15th. Doors open at 11:30 a.m. The movie starts at 12:30 p.m. Admission is free, and you also get a free small popcorn and a soft drink. So there will be vendors there, information booths about mental illness, mental health, suicide prevention, and those kinds of things that people can look at. So we have gone ahead and set that up. If anybody's interested in going, they should call Kathy Sims, who is our committee chair for that committee. Her number is 740-649-9767. So come out on May 15th to Danbury. Movie starts at 12:30. Have some laughs and feel good for an afternoon.
Sounds like a lot of fun. Jan, we appreciate you being with us today.
Mike, thank you again, as always. Pleasure to be here.
Again, Jhan Corzine with us today, talking mostly about the Ross County Good Samaritan Network, but also talking here at the end about this movie that's coming up at Danbury Theater, something you can laugh about for a change. He's been our guest today on Litter Media Live Special Edition, brought to you by Classic Brands. Join Dan Ramey and I for our daily topic show coming up right here at about 11 o'clock this morning. I'm Mike Smith.